You're watching NTC News, DeKalb County's only television news source. On the campus of Northern Illinois University and from the Northern Television Center, this is NTC News Tonight.
Imagine having your food allowance cut by $2 a meal. Good evening. I'm Thomas Holly. Thanks for joining us tonight.
And I'm Shaniqua Bryant. Food stamp users are facing this challenge after some major federal budget cuts started last week. House Republicans say the cuts are meant to make sure that the requirements to receive stamps are being followed and to trim government spending. NTC News Tonight, reporter Rachel Edwards has a story on where local food stamps users are turning for guidance.
Area residents that will be impacted when food stamp budget cuts take effect won't have to look far for help. The DeKalb County Community Services Department, located in DeKalb, works with low-income families to increase their self-sufficiency moving forward. Executive Director Donna Moulton says their services help people identify where their money is going.
And so, we will look at, what's going on with your budget. Are you, sometimes when you're working with people in their budget, you talk about sort of where your leaks are, so, one of the kids in my family, our leak is Starbucks, as it turns out. So, a $4 coffee, if you're doing that, you don't necessarily think about it when you're plopping down your card. But if you look at it over a month, that's, $20.
And if you add that up over a year,
you're really adding that up.
People receive food stamps through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which gives users an allowance on a debit card called Link to buy food products only at stores.
The nutrition program, SNAPS, is one of those things that helps to sort of bridge that gap because folks get an allowance on their card to be able to go and buy food, and that's all that they can buy with their SNAPS benefit is food.
With the new budget cuts in SNAP, users should be looking at other resources in the community like the Salvation Army and other local businesses.
We really try to help people identify what are some of the resources that are available in the community that you can, so maybe you don't have to spend money on those resources, so you can put your money towards rent or security deposit or something like that, going forward. So,
several area businesses like Feed 'em Soup and Huntley Middle School provide free meals weekly and food markets every month for families in need of a little extra help. From DeKalb for NTC News, I'm Rachel Edwards.
For more information on the DeKalb County Community Services Department, you can visit their website at dekalbcounty.org.
You probably heard a lot about the government shutdown, but here's how it's directly affecting some students on campus. The Central Agency is canceling its plans to make a stop at NOU's Home Student Center. That's because it's a federal agency and it's been forced to spend some of its employees home temporarily. The CIA was planning on recruiting political science majors for internships. The NIU Military Student Services Facebook page says the CIA will reschedule when the budget issue is resolved.
With people using more electricity these days, ComEd wants to build a new set of high voltage lines to ease congestion on the power and crossing DeKalb County, actually across 4 countries. On Thursday, ComEd will hold an open house to show exactly where they want to build the new transmission lines in the Sycamore area. You can find out if that affects your neighborhood. The open house is at the DeKalb County Farm Bureau between 4 and 8 p.m.
Homecoming week is finally here. This week, students can show off their Husky pride at the various homecoming activities. Homecoming activities this year include a recyclable boat race and a Yell Like Hell competition. Homecoming curl elections will be held Wednesday from 9 to 6. Don't forget to vote, and don't miss the bonfire and tailgate to cheer on your NIU Huskies. For more information, check out the NIU website.
Make sure you're driving safe when you're coming through the I-88 exit to Annie Glidden Road this weekend. Friday night to Saturday morning, Illinois State Police will be doing roadside safety checks at the westbound exit. Officers will be watching for unsafe driving, people with suspended or revoked license, and signs of drunk driving. So when you're done celebrating this homecoming weekend, you may want to consider taking a cab home.
The way the Huskies have been playing and winning, Saturday's homecoming game could be more exciting than ever.
And reporter Mark Neal tells us about a largely unnoted group of NIU employees and play a key role in the success of the football program.
A brand new practice facility, a new scoreboard, a new student-athlete performance center. A small team called Equipment Services in room 180 of the Jordan Center has had a hidden role with keeping the football program at the top of its game.
We fit the players for their shoulder pads, helmets, cleats, traveling gear, practice uniforms. We also pack all the trunks for the home and away games.
They also put in countless hours setting up the field while staying for hours after practices cleaning up.
If we plan ahead and we're prepared and we do our part, we don't even get mentioned, because you don't ever want a coach to say, well, our kids were slipping around because they didn't have the right cleats, or the balls were too flat, things of that nature.
When they aren't on the field, they do nearly 15 loads of laundry per day while making sure all the equipment is prepared for the players. In this case, cleaning and fixing helmets after practice.
It's like being the unsung hero. The fans might not know exactly what we do and how crucial we are to not only game day, but the daily operations involving the front office and the team.
Although they are not always known, Equipment Services knows they play a crucial role in the success of the football program. In DeKalb, Mark Neal, NTC News.
The Huskies will be playing against Akron this homecoming weekend, and that means Equipment Services will continue to stay very busy this week.
Before we go any further, let's take a look at our weather window for the start of homecoming week. Hope it stays nice for all the outdoor festivities, Brittany.
You know what? It's supposed to look awesome this week, but this weekend, I'm not too sure about, unfortunately. So let's take a look at our temperatures in the area for tomorrow. First off, we're going to see temperatures in the mid to lower 70s. Chicago, we're going to see 69 degrees as we have that wind come off the lake. It's going to be a little bit chillier, but tomorrow we are going to see crazy winds up to 20 miles per hour, unfortunately. But for more on our homecoming weather week, stay with us. You're watching NTC News Tonight.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back. I hope you all got to enjoy your weekend. I know that it was rainy and cold as the wind came through. We definitely saw fall temperatures, unfortunately, but we did see the sun peek out from that rain every once in a while, which was great. Today, sunny skies, beautiful fall weather. We saw a high of 65 degrees, which is just amazing fall weather. Look at that. It's pretty much our average temperature. Same for our low tonight. We're going to see 40 degrees, where we're supposed to be for this time of year. Tonight, we do have a high in our area. And as it sits over our area, we're going to see clear, beautiful skies. I mean, sunny skies, and unfortunately, lower temperatures throughout the night. Because as those clouds clear away, the heat radiates back out, and we're going to see the colder temperatures, unfortunately, throughout tonight and tomorrow. Wednesday, though, we do have a front that's pushing towards us. This is an area of concern for our homecoming football game on Saturday, which we'll talk about in a minute. Tonight, we're going to see clear skies, low of 40 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny, very, very windy. We're going to see gusts up to 20 miles per hour. It's going to be chilly, 73 degrees, no humidity. It's going to feel like fall, definitely.
Tomorrow night, we're going to see mostly clear skies,
Low of 42 degrees. And on to my 5-day forecast. Tuesday through Friday, beautiful sunny skies, temperatures in the lower to mid 70s. But as we do approach the weekend, unfortunately, that front that we talked about is going to cause some showers. We're going to see possible showers Friday night, Saturday for the football game. So please wear your rain boots, bring your umbrella, because it is going to be a cold, wet, chilly homecoming football game, unfortunately. And that's it for weather. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Brittany. I'm glad we won't have to worry about rain this homecoming. A Chicago woman has been charged with dismembering a man's body and then buried him.
And Poplar Grove officials are trying to decide if they want residents to have chicken coops in their yards. These are today's state lines.
A Chicago woman has been charged with first-degree murder for the dismemberment death of a man whose buried body was found last week. A prosecutor says Daisy Gutierrez and her father Salvador admitted to those roles in the death of Jose Reyes. They say the woman's father helped bury the remains.
Village officials in Poplar Grove are considering whether to let residents have chicken coops in their yards. The move comes after McChesney Park decided against allowing people to keep chickens. The Village Planning and Zoning Commissions will discuss the issues at its November meeting.
State officials are considering whether to use the Shutter, Illinois Youth Center in Joliet as a facility to house mentally ill prisoners. The youth center was one of several state facilities closed this year as part of budget cuts.
Dozens of Central Illinois farmers worked together to harvest more than 300 acres of corn that belonged to a man who died this summer from a heart attack. After Dave Thomas died, his family decided to sell the farm and its equipment. So yesterday, 16 combines rolled through the fields near Lexington to bring in Thomas' final corn harvest. Navy SEALs conduct terrorist raids in Africa.
And in Egypt, more daily protests in Cairo. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch.
2 U.S. raids this weekend in Africa. Navy SEALs raided an al-Shabaab stronghold in Somalia. The commandos had to withdraw when they came under fire before confirming whether they got their target. But in a separate raid, U.S. commandos captured a suspect al-Qaeda operative in Libya. Abu Anas al-Libi was wanted in the 1998 embassy bombings in Africa.
At least 15 people were killed and 83 were wounded after violence erupted between demonstrators and security forces in Egypt. The clashes started early yesterday when Muslim Brotherhood protesters marched in Cairo. Police fired tear gas and called in military armed personnel carriers to help clear the streets.
Secretary of State John Kerry is in Indonesia. Over the weekend, he met with Russian Foreign Minister. Kerry is in Bali for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. He's sitting in for President Obama, who opted not to attend in light of the government shutdown.
The Department of Defense is bringing back hundreds of thousands of civilian workers furloughed during the government shutdown. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel says the law allows the DoD to eliminate furloughs for employees whose responsibilities contribute to the morale, well-being, and readiness of service members. And that's today's World Watch.
Running back Cameron Stingley had a big birthday on Saturday, but his gift to us, a record-breaking performance. Let's take a look. Second quarter tied at 14, Cameron Stingley powers his way in for the Husky touchdown. And third quarter, Kent State's Reardon finds Tyshawn Good for the 28-yard touchdown, putting up Kent State 24-21. But later, NIU will answer. NIU's James Spencer takes the handoff, gets loose, and will take off for the 22-yard touchdown. That'll do it. The Huskies will win it 38-24. Stingley ran for a career-high 266 yards with 2 touchdowns, the most for an NIU running back since 2006. And the Bears battled it out with the Saints at Soldier Field last night. First quarter, Jay Cutler sacked by Malcolm Jenkins. And fumble, it'll put the Saints up 6-0. Second quarter, Breeze fakes the handoff, throws it for the 2-yard touchdown, 13-0 Saints. And Breeze with the pass to Thomas here. He'll take it for 25 yards for the touchdown. The Saints will win it 26-18. The NIU volleyball team welcomes Central Michigan to Victor E on Saturday. The Chippewas really got on the Huskies the beginning of the fourth set. Things didn't end quietly here at Victor E. Alexis Gonzalez's kill forced the overtime for the Huskies. NIU grabbed the win with a Radke solo block and kill back-to-back. Mary Grace Kelly led the way with 11 kills. The Huskies start a 4-match road trip to Toledo next weekend. For this homecoming weekend, be sure to come out to Husky Stadium on Saturday to cheer on the football team. The game starts against Akron at 4 o'clock. And for today's play of the day, we'll take it to the Georgia State-Alabama game. A.J. McGarren throws to the end zone to DeAndrew White, who makes an incredible one-handed catch for his defender, over his defender for the touchdown. White grabs our play of the day. Thanks, guys. That's all for sports.
Thanks, Erica. When we come back, the man who woke up rich enough to pay off a big chunk of the national debt. We'll explain.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing. Believe me, I'm good at it.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell him.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more
Persuasive?
Yes.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Money mistakes are made every day.
But one bank made one mistake that could have changed one man's life forever. And instead, there was a lot more money in his bank account than he expected, to the tune of more than $4 trillion. Reggie Thesis says he couldn't believe his eyes. In fact, he said he was so stunned he logged in and out of a banking system 8 times. But all good things must come to an end, it seems. Turns out the banking error was due to a glitch during an online banking update.
Wow, I couldn't imagine that many zeros in my account.
Yeah, I definitely would have paid off all my student loans that day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back the same time Wednesday.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook for even more news updates. Goodbye, everyone.